And of course, Mill River will be on their home court. You can tell by that big MRU in the center logo there at the middle of the court. And Woodstock will be dressed in the green uniforms. They're called the Wasp. And of course, the Minutemen are from Mill River, and they're in their home whites, and we're good to go. And they're going to toss the ball up, and we're underway on Munger Vision, and that's going to be controlled by Woodstock. The JV game, first one on the agenda, and I'll be sticking around for the varsity game. Dan Hammond with the steal, wants to give the ball around. That's going to be offside. Woodstock defender out of bounds. He couldn't get it around John Ferrero, and he'll go out of play. And we'll have Kyle Warner take the ball out of play on the inline as we're just underway. 11 seconds to be exact. No score, obviously, and Mill River with their first offensive touch. We'll come up to Hammond, and he'll swing the ball over, and you can see Cole hold the basketball, and we got a whistle down inside, and there was a 2-3 zone being played. And Zach Davis called for the foul. So Zachary Davis got called for the foul. That's the first foul on Davis and the first foul on the team, and that'll give Woodstock back the basketball, and it's going to be Ferraro bring the basketball up. And they're going to swing the ball over on that center part of the court, bring it back around, and I will do the rosters for both teams as the night progresses along throughout timeouts and what have you, and probably free throws will be able to work some different times to read the roster out there. I can tell you right now, though, Daniel Hammond, 25 out there, and Lamoth is number 4. Davis is 11 out there. 14's Warner, and jump ball called. Number 3 is Brian Cole. That's the 5 on the floor for Dean Weatherby, the head coach at Mill River's JV Swan. And like I said, I'm at the Dean Hunt Memorial Gym in North Carolina, Vermont on the Middle Road in the United States of America, and you're probably sitting at home, well, most likely in your living room watching the game. Could be late and could be in your bedroom, but Munger Vision bringing you this action tonight, and again, bring you all kinds of local sports action. Wherever they let me go, that's where I'll go and cover the games. That's going to be Warner, turns, fires, no good, off the mark, rebound kept alive by Hammond. It's going to be Woodstock basketball. So the Woodstock JVs will take the ball out of bounds with Rodrigo Matos bringing the ball in play, and you can see him talk in the backcourt. Matos will bring the basketball up. Now he had Ferraro in the backcourt with him. Matos to Ferraro, and I've seen both these JV teams play. I've seen Mill River obviously a lot more, but I did the MSJ Woodstock JV game, and they need to get off to a good start. Here comes Hammond. We're still looking for the first points. And boy, tell you, that was a hot potato for Lamoth. He lost his balance going backwards, and what he knew he was going to do was travel if he actually made the catch. So he tried to just tip the ball and then gather up the tip, but it went out of bounds. Very headsy play, actually. And they'll give the ball off on this right elbow, and they'll work it back around to Ferraro, and he'll look down inside. And there is some height on that Woodstock squad. They just have a problem getting the ball down inside. I noticed that in the game I did down at the Common Avenue Gym. There's Cox, turns, fires on the rim. No good. Rebound. Still alive. Picked up and got it. Ethan Russo with the offensive rebound and the putback. Makes it 2-0 Woodstock. And it's just Kyle Warner. He was sealed off from penetrating. Lamoth will give the ball up to Hammond. He sets him up for a 3-ball. No good. Off the mark. One and out. Yes, I had to make sure he caught the ball. And Ferraro will have the basketball, and he'll bring it up on his near side. And he had no problem, as there's no white shirt there, and that's going to be Hammond with the blocking foul. Yep. He slid out with the hips, kind of like he was dancing on a Saturday night. He didn't move those feet defensively, and that's going to be the second foul on Mill River. And that will bring Jesse Dambrackas in the basketball game, number 55 for the Minutemen, and sitting down was Brian Cole. And I do believe that was the first substitution of the ball game for either side. And that's number 13, Mayhew. Brendan Mayhew taking the ball out of bounds for the Woodstock Wasp. 2-0. 5:41 to go in the first quarter of play. And those quick hands to Warner. Makes the steal. Up ahead to Lamoth. Nice catch off the pass by Hammond. Lamoth will give it back, and Hammond waits for the trailer on the plate. It was Warner. He let the defender come at him, and they'll dish the ball back. And Davis thought about a shot, had the defender in the air, and there's the penetration into the paint, and up. Air ball. It'll be out of bounds, and one thing I never understood, well, I do kind of understand it. They had good penetration and opted to kick the ball back outside for a lower percentage shot. When he got that far inside the free throw line down in the paint, I've always wondered why the youngsters don't, that's travel, why the youngsters don't just go ahead and continue the drive and take the shot. That'll be a turnover, and it'll be ball out of bounds on this near side as it comes over to Mill River, and Lamoth will come over. Kyle Lamoth, to be exact, comes into Daniel Hammond. Now, I never got to talk to Daniel. I don't know if he prefers Dan, Danny, or Daniel, but I'll go by what the program says. And Dambrackas with a nice save. 3-ball, Hammond. Or, I'm sorry, that's not Hammond. That's Warner. And Matos with the basketball will bring it on this side, and boy, there's some tempo, some push, the bump, and lots of action going on there, but no violations or fouls as they're letting them be a little physical. He stepped on the inline, Keith Page says, and it'll be Mill River basketball. So it'll be Lamothe bringing it into Hammond, and we'll see if he'll bring it up, and he will. He's one of the captains on the squad along with Preston Kinney for Mill River. Got it into Dambrackas, and Dambrackas has got some size to him. See if they try to post him up down low. There he flashes. They didn't give him the ball. They'll kick it back over on that side to Davis. He'll give it off to Warner. He wants to slice through the defense. One-handed running shot. Won't go, and got a foul on the rebounding action. I believe it's 35 Cox. Mike Cox. They got in there and got good position. They got the push from behind. They shot on number 1, but there is no number 1 out there for Mill River. I think it was on Dambrackas, the foul. And Ferraro bringing the basketball up, and he'll be looking at that 2-3 zone being played here in the first quarter of play. 2-0 at the midway point. And they want to go down inside, and I'll tell you what, that was one ugly pass. He's trying to lob the ball inside, and he hit the backboard, and they're looking for Ethan Russo. And now, the other captain coming in from Mill River, Preston Kinney, number 12. And again, Mill River's had possession time here. They've just, like, see how open he was on the baseline? And he opted not to take the shot. You can really, believe this or not, overpass the ball. I'll tell you what, Russo was the most surprised guy on the court where the ball hit him. Oh, he went up. That should have been a travel. And that's going to be Cox. Kept the ball alive. That's what I'm talking about. Woodstock's size, height, and girth down inside. Now they're able to exploit it for their, that's their second bucket. And it came from down in close on an offensive rebound. 4-0 off Michael Cox's basket. And Warner. Right now, Mill River just very content to sit on the perimeter, I guess is what I'm looking at offensively. And it's early in the game, and that can change. They need some transition buckets to kind of get their blood pumping, and that's going to be off the mark. Again, where'd the shot come from? The perimeter outside, and that's going to be a foul called on Woodstock on rebounding action. It'll be Mill River's basketball after this timeout. 3:20 to go, 4-0. And what happened was, not really a timeout, is I think Dan Hammond might have a blood problem. Looks like he's rubbing his lip. He might have a bloody lip. That'll bring Brian Cole back in the basketball game. Number 3. If you remember, Brian started the basketball game for Mill River. And coming in for Woodstock will be number 22, Kyle Huffert. Cole wants to go back baseline to Warner. They're going to play a little toss and catch. No, Warner's going to bring it out now. He'll give it to the right elbow to Cole. Back down to Warner. He wants to go down inside. But boy, they just, defense, great reaction. Now, last touch by Ferraro of Woodstock out of bounds. This is JV basketball, actually brought to you on Munger Vision. Jerry Munger bringing us ball game from Mill River, North Carolina, Vermont, USA. Beautiful gym to come watch a game in. Lamothe had to see where he was, all the way inside, up in the air, inside the free throw line. Didn't shoot the shot. No shots have been there for him tonight. Oh, the good defensive hands there. But ball recovered by Mill River and Warner. And Mill River very fortunate there's not a shot clock in the state of Vermont. Cole penetrated, kicked it out, baseline. Ball went almost to the backside of the backboard, and they want to swing it inside. And Preston Kinney with a great effort will be out of bounds. It'll be Woodstock basketball. So Matos will bring it in to Ferraro, and Ferraro, no pressure in the backcourt. You know, that's one thing I think, just to pick up, like I said, get a little pulse, get some blood flowing in that Mill River squad. Start off with the press, get them going, get some pressure and some turnovers, and get running up and down the court. And Cox want to go to Matos, taken away, and it's going to be Warner with the basketball. Warner with the push, and Warner had Cole on the trail, didn't give him the basketball. Pass will be caught by Keith Page, the official, with a good set of hands there, makes the catch. With 2:15 to go, that's a turnover in the first quarter, and we will have Mill River on the defense. And Ferraro bringing the basketball up. Ferraro will be picked up by Cole, and Ferraro killed the dribble, swings the ball all the way over. They want to go inside. Matos fade away, tough shot, almost goes, rebound. And they're going to say one out from Huffert, number 22. Actually, they're going to do more than say it did. They're going to actually give the ball to Mill River. Here comes Lamothe, some tempo, and that's going to be a defensive kick. And that was, no doubt about it, that was a big-time kick by Ferraro. If I'm physically still alive and kicking at the end of this ball game, I will bring you the varsity version of Woodstock Mill River to be played at a later date. 3-ball, yes! They didn't come out and challenge Brian Cole, and he'll make it 4-3 now. Woodstock's lead cut to 1. There's a steal by Cole. Looks to pull away from the defense. Lines it up. Has the ball tipped right back to him. Left it short. Punched out of Dambrackas' hands. Recovered by Kinney. He'll give it to Cole. Get it to the side of Lamoth. And Lamoth between the legs with the dribble. And all of a sudden the tempo and the pace have picked up here. I like that. It picks me up a little bit. Lamoth. There's the baseline pass. Warner with nowhere to go on it. He'll just... tough pass to complete. And there's going to be a reach foul in there on Warner. That'll be the 4th team foul on Mill River as the team ball side out. And it'll be taken out by Ferraro. Also checking in the ballgame now from a toast for Woodstock, number 10, Pearsons. So Ferraro will bring the ball in. There's the touch up by Mayhew. They'll go back to Ferraro, and he'll be picked up again, 2-3 zone and a travel. It's twice now. Ferraro kind of sleepwalking there. So in a 4-3 game with 70 seconds to go in the first quarter, Mill River has a chance to take the first lead of the contest. Maybe. Maybe not. They'll go out of bounds and the ball will go over to Woodstock. Play has, to be very honest with you, been a little bit inconsistent right now. But sometimes it takes the JVs just a tad bit of time to get wound up and get going. As Ferraro across the timeline, across the logo, be contested now by Lamoth. That's Kinney chasing the basketball now, and they'll bring it back and play a little toss and catch. Mayhew wants to go down inside, and 3-second call. Yeah, Cox got down in there and never left for Woodstock, and that'll become Mill River's ball, and 47 seconds to play in the first quarter. Oh, Dambrackas up off the glass too hard. Nice movement though by Dambrackas without the basketball. Big collision. Ball pops free. Still on the floor. Picked up. Cox will go down. He will dive after it. He'll go to his teammate. He's got a 2-on-2. He's going to pull up, fire, and no good. Kept alive but controlled by Davis. 28 seconds to go. Gets it down to Lamoth, and he'll get it. High off the glass and in. Well, Woodstock trying to get the ball down the floor real quick, lost control of it. They were a little bit too far ahead of themselves. Here comes Lamoth with the steal. Lamoth. Pearsons went by number 10 defensively. He'll then was joined by Ferraro. They'll go baseline, puts the ball on the floor. They'll kick it back up, and Cole, who's got a 3-pointer, just drawing some attention to him out here. 1 second, and this will count. If it goes, just going to be off the mark. And Mill River able to kick it up at the end of the first quarter to take a 5-4 lead over Woodstock in JV basketball action. Richard Hurd out there for Woodstock. He'll get the ball in play. This is the first time we've seen Hurd out there, number 15. That's Mayhew 13. Number 3 is Ferraro. And Cox, number 35 with the basketball. He'll wheel. Went to go up and traveled. Yeah, somebody got a hand on the ball and that threw the whole synchronization of the play out. And yes, that's the big word of the game, synchronization. So Mill River, the 1-point lead. Lamoth with the basketball. He'll get the ball off the side to Cole. Cole. He's got as many points on his jersey number. He's got 3 points tonight. He'll get the ball to Preston Kinney. He'll square fire and might have been partially tipped. The ball will be taken out by Hanson. Hanson will come off now to his teammate. Of course, that's going to be Ferraro, number 3, who's ran the point most of this basketball game for Woodstock. Mayhew will swivel, pivot, give the ball off, and there's the cut. The ball on the floor. The up fake, the shot, up. Cox. Cox will do it one more time. Cox got fouled. Cox is a big kid. He's got a lot of muscle on him. If you don't get a body on him and walk him out, he's going to just thrive on the boards like he just did right there. And he's going to the free throw line with 7:17 to go in the second quarter in a 1-point ball game, 5-4 Mill River. And Cox trying to tie it up here on the first of 2 shots. And he's going to do it. Got a little bounce off the front of the rim, and it'll go in and makes it 5-5. Mill River and Woodstock in JV basketball action. Got the varsity coming up in just a little bit. And we'll stay tied. Preston Kinney inside position, got the rebound, gives it to Lamoth. Lamoth with his head up all the time, surveying the floor. He'll bring it over the logo, get it to the center circles. He'll work between circles now, come off to this right side, and get Mill River facing that zone defense themselves. Each team really primarily going zone here in this first half of play. And Dambrackas will swing the ball over, and Kinney to Davis, and Davis wants to go baseline, goes by Mayhew, saw Cox, kicked out, Lamoth up, rims out on him, and Cox with that big leap of his will get up there, get the basketball. He'll get it to Ferraro. Ferraro able to work it up against Lamoth, breaks the timeline, goes to Mayhew to Cox inside, and I like the option. Yeah, just the way they're able to get the ball inside, and they have them Brackus playing defensively behind Cox, and that's tough to deny him the basketball. And here comes Mill River. Zach Davis will go to the floor. We're going to jump ball. Should be white basketball. Should be Mill River basketball. Remember that Woodstock had the ball first in the second quarter, and that's our first jump. That's their first jump ball. I haven't had a jump ball yet. It's all been on the court. 6:19 to go in the half, and we'll see Cole was thinking about it. He's got 1-3 already. Oh, that ball was tipped. That's why the steal looks so bad. And then you got travel. Yeah. Oh, Mayhew trying to get a hold of the basketball. Kept running. And we will have Mill River take the basketball side out over by that lighted scores table. And you notice Munger Vision's the only camera work that brings it to you where that doesn't screw up my focus or my iris, because I read the instruction book on the camera on how to use the darn thing. Long time I've been doing this now. Oh, Mayhew might have got away with some stutter steps there. And again, he's indecisive on the pass. That cost a turnover. And that's going to be Preston Kinney bringing up to Lamoth. Lamoth now will slow things down as the defense retreated and got back in good position. And that pass, nice catch on his side by Preston Kinney. He'll plant, pivot, and bring the ball between circles to Davis. Davis off to Cole. Had a little opening there. Didn't take the shot. This will be a two-pointer, and they'll be good. Lamoth for two from the outside. Makes it 7-5. Mill River takes their second lead of the basketball game. They want to go back down inside, and he traveled. Yeah. Boy, he had the right idea. He just doesn't have a drop step. And now Daniel Hammond coming back in the ball game, 25 for Mill River. He'll replace Lamoth. And Russo, big number 33 in the ball game for Woodstock. Mill River up by 2. They got the ball there in the white uniforms, the blue pants on their home court. And I'll tell you, it's never too late to start telling you to watch the Glazic tournament on Munger Vision, the youth basketball tournament. I think it's the 48th year for the Ed Glazic basketball tournament, and that's going to be a foul on Brian Cole. Yeah, you see the hand, the hold there. Starts the first week of March. Culminates in a big night of the consolation game, championship game, the light show, and the big to-do they put on before the championship game. But it's for they have both 5th and 6th grade teams in the tournament. It's held at the Hinchy Gym, another beautiful gym to go watch sporting events in. And that's a 3-ball from way, way outside. That came from almost Wallingford, North Clarendon border. And that was Ferraro. He makes it 8-7 now. Woodstock with the lead. And all great defense by Cox. He's tackled, and it's going to be off from Dan. He wasn't tackled. Dan Brackus fell on the back of his legs. So Woodstock liking that matchup with Cox down inside. I know why. I mean, he's been able to really get down low and catch the ball just a couple feet from the basket. He was in a lot of trouble. The minute he brought the ball down, 44 is Luke Hansen, and he's got to be close to 6 feet. But once he brought the dribble down low to past his knees, that made him all same size as the guy guarding him. Ferraro. And they wanted to go into Cox, and boy, they were lucky to get the ball back right there. I mean, they didn't really have a passing angle. Another 3-point attempt. This one will be off the mark. Tipped by Brian Cole. Will go out of bounds on the baseline to Woodstock, and the JV Wasp will take the ball out of bounds, set the box formation up, and be Richard Hurd. Hurd will put the ball into play, and he had a chance to catch it, go straight up. 3-second, yep. Second 3-second call of the ball game against Woodstock, and an 8-7 Woodstock Wasp lead over Mill River Minutemen. There has not been a lot of whistles. There have not been a lot of stoppage and plays, and then Hammond will give the ball off to Cole, and this time he had a much larger defender on him. He would have been tough to shoot over him. Dan Brackus with the catch will hit Preston Kinney on that side. Hammond likes the 3-ball, but he realized the shot wasn't there and didn't force it. Kinney wants to go down inside to Hammond. He'll make the catch, fade away. Tough shot, won't go. Ball tipped around, taken out there by Hansen. Hansen will come off to Ferraro, and Ferraro now with a clear path to go up to the front court with the basketball. Surprised, haven't seen either team yet with a different look defensively. Boy, Cox, again, he got in a lot of trouble and lost the basketball. And what I'm referring to is not going man to man, but are both playing the zone now, but in fact they haven't tried to press the ball in the backcourt. Cole, boy, he really wanted to do that, pull that trigger. That's going to go through the hands of Dan Brackus out of bounds. It'll be Woodstock basketball. Coming in the ball game now will be number 30 for Woodstock. That's going to be Frankie Phelps. So Phelps will take the ball out of play and bring it in to Ferraro. He will leave Ferraro there to this is a 3-ball by Phelps, and boy, it was online, but just didn't have enough oomph behind it, and it came up short. And now Hammond with the basketball. 2:59 to go before the half, 8-7. There's been an easy game for the statisticians to work on the sideline with the game books. Again, and again, who the heck am I, right? Absolutely nobody. I just think it's being played at too deliberate a pace, and both teams would benefit from a little Tabasco sauce in the tempo here. Oh, a nice ball fake. Phelps will spin, give it back, and Hansen will come back to Ferraro, and he'll hold the ball up top, give it back to Phelps. This is a 3-ball from the other side, and hit the back of the rim. Rebound. Had the offensive putback by Hansen. Will go. Remember, Russo, 33, had the first offensive rebound and couldn't finish it off. 10-7 now. Woodstock with the lead. Hammond taking a little tour of the whole gym. Again, tough shot, makes it. That little fadeaway, he tried it from this near side just a moment ago. Now he took that little fadeaway from the far side and caught nothing but twine with it. Makes it 10-9 Woodstock. That will cut the lead to 1. And Dan Hammond's going to get the steal, get it under control, go up, and didn't get it. Didn't get the foul called. There was no foul to call, so he didn't get it. Here comes Cox. Cox is going to go up, but there's a foul. Hard to the floor, and Hammond, great sportsmanship. That make sure he's okay. Well, Michael Cox will get 2 shots here at the free throw line, and he earned them both. That was a lot of contact. Just good hard basketball. 10-9. Woodstock with a lead, looking to add to it here from the charity stripe. Okay, what they're doing, it's this new rule this year. It's it kind of bugs me, but I can understand it. He stopped play there so they could tuck the jersey in. I've actually done games where they had the player leave the floor and bring in a substitute because his jersey was untucked. And it does look sloppy, and it's, something that the defender can grab a hold of. And for 40, 50, 60 years, they've had jerseys tucked in, and now with the new playground, schoolyard look that they've got going and everything, basketball and everything else, people think it's cool to have the shirts untucked and their shorts hanging down underneath. So maybe they're just trying to clean the look of the game up right there. Cole glides to the hole. Boy, I like what he did. He just didn't get the shot. That was a block. Right back to Cole. Got blocked twice, and he'll slap the ball to Davis. That was a great play by Cole. And we've got a hand check foul. Yeah, that's going to be the second foul on Woodstock. No shots coming up. I don't believe it was in the act of shooting. And no, Keith Page does not come over here on the baseline. 12-9 Woodstock with the lead. Minute 24 to go in the half, and Mill River with the basketball. This is a 3-pointer. Got it. Brian Cole with 6 points, all from the 3-point arc. And now here's some denial. They're trying to put Lamothe on Ferraro. Now they'll pull him off. 12-12 to score, and Phelps with the basketball for Woodstock. Woodstock into green, and Phelps to Ferraro, and he faked the 3, and they'll play a little toss and catch. And Phelps came back to meet the pass, running one-hander off the glass hard. Up, Russo tipped it. Hansen, jump ball. See, brought the ball down low, and there was Preston Kinney to grab a hold of it and tie the basketball up. That's a shame it's at the end, getting less than a minute away from the half, because you can kind of feel the surge in both teams kind of getting now into it. Brian Cole says, why not go 3 for 3? Well, that one was off the mark, but it'll stay. We'll go Woodstock basketball. Russo brought it in to Phelps. I thought Keith wanted the ball back. He's got to touch it, make it official. So now they'll bring the ball in, and Woodstock not recognizing the fact that they might need a little help back there. Now they're able to get it in play, and now they'll go back to Phelps, work off the screen by Cox, and they'll go back over to Ferraro, and he'll hold the ball with 39 seconds to go. Let the defender Lamothe come to him. He traveled. Third travel call on Ferraro. And That basketball will go back over to Mill River. 12-12, and Mill River with a chance to break the tie before the half. Then Lamoth falling backwards, got the pass off on the side. This is Davis. Nope. Rebound will come down to Russo, and he's looking for a guard, and he'll settle for Ferraro, and he'll spin away from the. That's good contact right there, and he's going to the free throw line. That's a nice job of attacking the defender and creating the free throws here. Nice job by Ferraro. And that will stop the clock even at 15 seconds. And the foul was called on Preston Kinney, number 12 of Mill River, and that shot will be good. Oh, it kind of looked like it was going to run out of gas, but it hit the front of the rim and just crawled up and over and in. Makes it 13-12 Woodstock. And Ferraro, nope, that one won't happen. Dambracus with the rebound. He'll kick the ball out. Plenty of time here for Brian Cole, Mill River, to get a quality shot away, or a couple. That was a nice catch by Lamoth, and he'll come back. Cole for another three-pointer. No. And Russo had it, lost it, and with 0.2 of a second, it'll be Woodstock basketball, and it's looking more and more like Woodstock will have the lead at the half. They'll get it into Cox, and now this won't count, but Woodstock's JV squad will have a 13-12 lead over Mill River on Munger Vision. Basketball to get things started off here in this third quarter of play. It'll be Phelps bringing the ball into Matos, and that's going to be Matos, number 14, with the basketball, and he'll work off the top of the arc as they'll get things underway. Like I said, at the end of that first half, each team started to get a little more oomph in the game, started to get a little flow going. Phelps likes that three ball. Comes down to Matos, up and no good. Rebound tip controlled by nobody right now. It's going to be Lamont to Hammond. Hammond reached behind, got the pass. Great little bounce pass, but he can't save it. He's looking for Kyle Warner. Warner just ran out of basketball court and it goes out of play. And it'll be now Woodstock with the basketball with that 13-12 lead, 15 seconds into this, 25 seconds, Jerry, into this second half of play. Oh, nice job coming up, tipping the ball. Still free, and Lamoth with an no-look pass on that right side to Warner. Warner has got the ability to score. He just hasn't taken any shots here in this basketball game. This guy has. He's got a couple threes. He's got 3 threes now. Brian Cole. What did you have to eat before the game? You should have some more of it, because that's 3 threes tonight for him. Makes it 15-13. As Mill River takes back the lead, Matos will pop out, and he'll stand at the top of the arc. Go to Phelps. Phelps, the ball fake is past tip. Matos can't reel it in before Hammond gets to it. Goes to the left. Hannon gets the shot to drop. So Mill River opening up here with a 5-0 run to take the lead at 17-13. This is Phelps with the basketball. Mill River still sitting in that 2-3 zone, and it's Mayhew. He'll hand the ball off, and Cox will come up high and get the basketball. That's Lamont that came out to guard him on that edge of the zone. Matos with the ball fake, gets to the free throw line, hits Phelps on the trail, and just too tough a shot for Phelps to get it up and over the top of the defender. It's Hanson. One thing about Woodstock, now see, when they went down inside to their big players in the first half, they had a lot of success. But right now they're not trying to work the ball down low. And Hammond inside the free throw line, up, no good. Rebound will come down. Mayhew will have it. Hammond will pressure the ball. Mayhew will outlet the pass now to Phelps. Now Ferraro ran the point an awful lot in that first half, but he's also listed on the varsity squad, so he might have to save his quarters for the varsity game. And Phelps trying to use the glass, no good. But again, the shot came from outside, and now he's trying to go down inside to Cox or Hanson. And Mayhew will jump up in the middle of the air and steal the ball on the pass to Matos now. Again, no pressure in the backcourt. We didn't see that till the very end of the half. Phelps passes up the shot. This time to blow toss the catch with Matos. And now Hanson will stand outside, and Matos with the rebound will get it. 17-15 off the offensive rebound and a putback by Rodrigo Matos. And now Lamoth. I think he was expecting somebody to cut to the basket on the baseline. That didn't happen. Matos with the easy pick, and he'll bring it up, swing it off to Phelps, and ball will get away from, go out of bounds, and it'll become Mill River basketball, and Kyle Warner will take it out of bounds. We'll have Lamoth with him, number 4. Mill River up by 2. 2. And we've got a timeout called by Mill River. And we'll swing it over, and we'll give you the Minutemen and their roster. It's a 30-second timeout. You have 00, and I think he's on the bench of street clothes tonight, is Matt Donor. Brian Cole's number 3. He's got 3 3-pointers tonight. Kyle Lamoth 4. Zach Davis is 11. Preston Kinney, number 12. Kyle Warner, 14. Cal DeRosia. Haven't seen Cal in the game tonight. He's number 22. Jamie Smith's 23. He hasn't been in yet tonight. Dan Hammond, 25. John Stewart, 44. And Jesse Dambrakis, number 55. Yeah, I think that's Donor. There's a big tall guy over there in street clothes, and he's a big tall guy, Matt is. And I do believe that's him. And that looks like it could be Cal sitting next to him, DeRosia. Probably why we haven't seen him yet tonight. But that was a Mill River timeout. Came with 4:40 to play in this third quarter. They got the 2-point lead. They opened up the third quarter with a 5-0 run. That gave them the lead. And that's going to be tipped around, and Matos will have the basketball. Now, it'll be interesting to see if Woodstock, during that timeout, even though it wasn't their timeout, they talked about going down inside. Now they bring Hanson out and they travel. Yeah. Mayhew will travel, and boy, there's been a bunch of travel calls tonight on Woodstock. And Hammond will take it out in front of the bleacher area, and Lamoth will have the basketball, and he'll cross over and bring the ball right back to Hammond. Hammond looking at that 2-3 zone. Again, that's a hard pass to complete right there. That's going to be out of bounds. It's tough to throw the diagonal pass against that 2-3 zone, especially when you're not moving offensively, reversing the basketball on the passes, which creates those gaps to pass to because you get that defense sliding. Right now, it's a very still game. Lamoth catches fire. It's no good. Rebound. Warner saves it. Comes back. Lamoth. Let's go back inside the Dambrakis. The ball knocked away, and big collision over in the corner, and everybody seems to be okay on that crash to the floor. Hammond. Pass back was soft. Almost stolen away by Phelps, and then we're going to have a foul, blocking foul called on Hanson. And that's the first foul of the second half. It comes just a tad under the midway point of the third quarter. Dambrakis flash. He could have lobbed the ball into him. Again, Mill River just as content to settle for the outside shot. You take away Brian Cole's real hot night, 3 of 5 from the 3-point line, and they wouldn't have the lead right now, but both teams very impatient offensively. They are just taking like that right there wasn't a high percentage shot. I'm not knocking the guy, but that was a fadeaway from the behind the basket on the baseline with 2 defenders on him. The odds of that going in were probably not 30%. Definitely not 30%. Warner. I mean, if you're not going to play an up-tempo transitional game, you've got to have patience in your half-court set. Lamoth got up in the air, gave the ball back to Cole, back to Lamoth. He looks for the little, great pass. And Hammond almost got that to go. He'll chase down his own missed shot, and Hammond will bring the ball to the elbow. There's the kick out, catch fire, and no. Rebound, Dambrakis. Oh, he should have dunked it. Got a push on Mill River. They pushed Hanson. He went to the floor. It's beating a foul call. That's 1 foul apiece now in the second half on team foul wise. That's the second foul on Dambrakis, and this will be Matos bringing the ball up. Phelps will cut behind him right there, number 30 in your picture, and he's going to get the ball back. And Mayhew to Matos. And again, he's just going to swish it. He got it. But I'll tell you what, Michael Cox, 35, was so pivotal in that first quarter, first half for Woodstock. It's just being forgotten down there inside the paint. Dambrakis with a nice catch, turns, fires, got it. Ah, good job. They got the big man the ball, and he was 8 feet from the basket, and he made it. That's tip to steal, a push from behind. You got to call that. Yeah, that was pretty obvious. And that'll be Matos with the foul, push from behind. It's 19-18 Mill River. And we're going to have a 30-second timeout called by Woodstock. Preston Kinney, is that? No, it's Zach Davis, number 11, coming in for the Minutemen. Well, like I said, this is the JV basketball game between Woodstock and Mill River. Like I said, if things fall into place and the stars stay aligned, I'll hang around to the varsity game between Woodstock and Mill River, and I'll also be shown on public access. And We'll just recap right now, and I don't know who we are. I'm the only guy doing a game. I will recap right now. There's 2:26 left in this third quarter play. Mill River with a 19-18 lead. This is the second timeout taken of this third quarter, one by each team now. Team fouls, not a big deal. 2 for Woodstock, 1 for Mill River. And throughout the contest, each team has had the lead at different times. That's Keith Page. He's the official. He's waiting for somebody to go and take the basketball out. It's going to be Kyle Warner, number 14 for Mill River. That will do that. I think everybody's up to date now on what's happening. Warner, 3 ball, no. Rebound, Dan Bradkus, go straight up. There you go. He got the foul, but I'll tell you what, it's going to be interesting who gets it, Cox or Matos, because Cox had a lot of ball. Oh, they're going to go Cox with the foul, and Dan Bradkus at the line. So he's got 2 points here in this third quarter. Dan Bradkus does. He'll go to the line, try to add to that tally, and also increase the lead, and that'll be good. That's better than good. That was a perfect shot, nothing but net. And they'll make it 20-18, a 2-point game. Mill River with the lead, and Dan Bradkus trying to make it a 3-point lead on this shot. No. It's tipped around, and it'll end up in the hands of Kyle Warner, and he'll get the cut off the glass. Hammond with a good movement that time without the basketball, and then the soft kiss off the glass. And it's going to be Phelps working out the screen set by Mayhew. Ball will be tipped right to Matos. He takes the bump. He'll kick it back to Mayhew. Goes to Cox. Cox turns, wheels, foul. He got hooked. He got fouled, and that's going to be the second team foul. The ball should just go side out as Preston Kinney coming in the basketball game for Warner for Mill River, and Phelps will take the ball, number 30. Third quarter's flown right along. Minute 57 to go. 22-18, and this is kind of setting itself up for one of those wacky finishes where it's going to be tight and nail biter and probably come down to the last shot. They go bounce pass baseline. Matos no good. Oh, look at that. Catch and fire off the miss by Russo. Now that kid's got to be 6'1". He's a lanky kid. And you got Cox out there, and if they put Hansen out there, that's 3 guys at 6 feet, and they don't try to take advantage of that Woodstock offensively. That's Kinney. Preston Kinney comes back, and Zachary Davis with the catch. He's going to go off, and Dan Hammond got it to Lamas, saved on that side by Preston Kinney. Minute 19 to go. 2-point ball game, third quarter. Mill River with leading the ball, and they got Dan Bradkus up on the high post. Lamas, and that was definitely tipped. He caught, turned, fired, and it's going to be Russo. Foul. It's going to be on Dan Bradkus, I believe. If it's on Jess, it's his third. 55 push. No. Yes, okay. That is his third foul, so what you know, I got 2 things right on that call. Minute 5 to go, 22-20, and here comes Matos in the third quarter with Woodstock. Looking for the tie with a 2-pointer, a lead with a 3-pointer, and Phelps likes to fire it at 3. He'll pass it up this time. Matos to Phelps. That was all set up for him to come off the screen for the 3-point shot. Matos kept the ball alive, and wow. Dan Bradkus on the floor with a big move there. There was a no, oh, look at that. Who got the pass? Dan Bradkus did, behind the back pass. But what I'm saying is Dan Bradkus got up off the floor on one end, ran as hard as he could, full hustle all the way down the other end, and was there for the little bunny. That's good hustle by Dan Bradkus. Kinney with 25 seconds to go, and then Dan Bradkus lost his balance. Mayhew fouled. Mayhew should be going to the line to shoot a couple, and Preston Kinney, see the official stop and ask him if he's all right. And this will be a shooting foul. 2 shots coming up for Mayhew. And again, if you can pop them both here, the game will be tied up with 19.6 seconds to go in the third quarter. And Brian Cole at the scores table getting set to check in for Mill River, and it's a 1-point game, 22-21. And that's going to be Dan Bradkus coming out. That's a good move. Protect him with those 3 fouls, so they'll be around playing that fourth quarter, because it's going to be a tight one. This is for the tie on this shot right here. And he'll get them both. Mayhew cans them both, and we're tied at 22. Lamoth. And boy, went run off from Kinney's hands, and it was backed up. And it's going to be picked up by Woodstock. 9 seconds, 8 seconds. Phelps realizes it. And Hammond got a piece of it. Matos will have it, and he's trapped along the sideline. I believe the clock's going to run out. Yeah, Cox shot won't count. And we're going to go to the fourth quarter play in this JV basketball game. All tied up at 22 on Munger Vision. can see it's Brian Cole in the basketball game, brought the ball into play. And 4 is Lamothe, number 11 is Davis. This is Mill River I'm reading, that's going to be Hammond, 25. And Preston Kinney, 12 in the game. That's high off the glass, no good. And Cox with the rebound. He actually altered the shot. And he'll throw over the top to Matos. He'll put the brakes on, put the dribble down, and see Hammond stay in the back court. Kind of hassle him there and bother him. That's Ferraro with the basketball. He played the whole first half and then set the third quarter. So he's got a quarter left to play tonight if he wants to go JV and play varsity ball. I mean, that's going to be Matos with the ball. He needs somebody to move, and he'll just bring it back to Ferraro. 22 all, just underway, 30 seconds into the fourth quarter, and that really was a travel. They didn't call it. And he's done that all night, and I don't think he realizes what he's doing, but you can't walk into your shot. If you could, I'd still be playing because I didn't get enough momentum to reach the basket. And now both teams showing different looks defensively. They've both gone press. Preston Kinney will lose it on a dribble, and then he fouled Cox, and Kinney got wrapped in a head there, and he's tough. He's going to stay in the ball game. That will be the 4th team foul, 3rd on Preston Kinney. Matos will take the ball out of bounds, and he'll have Ferraro in the back court with him. 1 minute gone here in what could be the final quarter of play. Matos, and he'll say, why not? I just don't get that. They've got Hansen at close to 6 foot, and Cox right there, and that's going to be Cox for the foul. And Kinney going to go to the line as he was fouled on the drive going to the hoop. And there's Preston. He's one of the captains on his JV squad, and he's looking to break the tie with 6:48 to go in the fourth quarter of play. Woodstock JV in the green, Mill River JV with the white tops, blue bottoms. We're at Mill River's beautiful home court, the Dean Hunt Memorial Gymnasium in North Clarendon, Vermont, USA. And that basket's good, 23-22 Mill River. And Woodstock calling a timeout after that made free throw. And Kinney back at the line after that Woodstock timeout. It'll be interesting to see if he makes the basket. If Mill River, he'll miss everything. See if Mill River will go to the press. And this is just like a made basket. Clock stopped and play stops. And yet they do. They'll put Lamothe on the inbounds pass, and they'll go to Ferraro. He'll throw back over the top to Matos, and he might get away with some steps. He'll go to Hansen up ahead to Cox, take a strong up, and foul. There you go. Let the big man be big. Go down inside, use that size and that muscle, and he took it right to the hole, and he got fouled by Brian Cole. You know what Brian Cole did right, though? He fouled and didn't. Sometimes people will foul a guy taking the shot, but not really hard enough, so that he can still get the shot away, make the basket, so it counts, and he goes to the free throw line and gets the three-point play. Brian Cole made sure he wasn't going to make the shot. He didn't do it in a way that would injure him, but he made sure that he wouldn't get the shot and the free throw. Whether it was planned or not, I don't know, but it worked out well for him. Dan Brack is 55 in the basketball game, and Warner, and they've got Cole and Warner doing a little shift in there as they wanted to taller Warner down on the blocks. 23-22. Mill River the lead, and Cox trying to tie it up on this shot. Will not do it. Dan Brackus with the big rebound, hands the ball off to Warner, and Warner breaks into the front court over the timeline. Gives the ball off to Lamothe. He wanted to look for the trailer to get the ball back on the cut, and it wasn't there. That's Hansen, number 44, out there defensively. And I'll tell you what, that rimmed out, but I like Brian Cole's thought process. He got the ball in close, below the free throw line, and put the shot up. Hansen, yeah, he got hooked going to the inside, going to wave the basket off. It's going to be a blocking foul. And I believe it's going to be on number 3, Brian Cole. It is Brian Cole. Back-to-back fouls, and that'll become the 5th team foul. So they've got a couple more to go before they have shots. But something jumps out is Hansen. Now, the clock says 5 fouls, but the official book says 7 fouls. Okay, so they're going to go back, erase that last play, and they're going to have Hansen take the 1-and-1. Okay, so now they are in the bonus situation because for some reason the clock wasn't up to speed on it. I think it was a Woodstock bookkeeper actually on the ball that caught that. She's looked pretty sharp over there in charge tonight. And so Hansen, when it starts, it's Hansen and Cox both taking the ball down inside on Woodstock's 2 offensive possessions here. And Lamont with the basketball. The shot was missed, stays 23-22. Mill River with the lead. They got the ball, and this is JV basketball. And that was Brian Cole's 3rd foul, and he was fouled this time, so he's dishing it out and he's taking it. They're going to bring in, for Woodstock, a sub here, number 5, Jesse Taylor. And it's going to be Taylor's first appearance of the night. And see Brian Cole go out in front of his bench. He'll take a side out for Woodstock. Boy, Warner been quiet tonight offensively. Lamoth got up in the air, kicked it back, and oh boy, 4 threes for Brian Cole. Oh my gosh, that was so far behind the arc. Cox hard to the hole. No, he was below the free throw line. Warner up ahead to Lamont. Lamont up ahead to Hammond. Hammond to the bucket. Got it. Best play of the game. Right there. No doubt about it. That was awesome. They should have actually watched that on television. That was so good. 28-22. 6-point Mill River lead. Time down to 5:19. Woodstock with the touch. We'll go to Ferraro. Up to Matos. No good. Rebound. Cox going to get the foul from behind. And I think that's going to be the 4th foul on Cox. No, it's his 3rd. I'm sorry. Dan Hammond with a long pass up to Cole. There's the, oh, he had it set. Nice backup. And no. And it's going to be out from Cox. His hand's out of bounds. And it'll be Mill River basketball. I'll tell you, Hammond caught and shot, and there's Brian Cole. No, you see he was too close to the basket. He's used to shooting from beyond the point, the 3-point arc. Hanson, nice catch, turns, goes cross. There's the backup. Ferraro stripped. Hammond comes out of the pack with the ball. Hammond shifting gears, going to the left hand, and gets the finish. Great play by Hammond. Nice job by Daniel Hammond. That is the largest lead of the ball game, 8 at 30-22 now. Mill River's JV squad taking control late in the basketball game, 4:34 to go to be exact in the ball game. And Cox will come out for Woodstock. They're going to bring Russo back in, number 33. This ball being taken side out by Taylor. And he'll get the ball in. This is Ferraro. Split the defense, gave it up on the baseline to Hanson. Yeah, got a 3-second violation on Russo is the call on Woodstock. And boy, they're going to bring Mayhew back in now, number 13. He's going to replace Taylor. And Woodstock really thought they'd do this a little sooner, but they go to the full court press, and they haven't quite got that safety back thing down yet. Mill River gets a easy bucket on Dambrackus would have made a little money there. 32-22, first double-digit lead of the game by either side. If you're going to press, you got to keep a man back. That's going to be tipped, and Russo will pull his arms back wisely and let it go out of bounds. It'll become green basketball. It'll be Hanson, number 44, that will bring the ball in the play, or try to, and he will. He'll get it to Ferraro. He'll go to the bucket. No. And Dambrackus with a great box out. Warner with the big hands. There's the long pass for Lamoth, and yeah, too long. Hey, I like the fact that they got some juice going now. They're going up and down the floor. And Mill River will call a timeout with 4:03 to go. They're up 10, 32-22 over Woodstock in JV basketball. You can see it's Mayhew. They'll take the ball out of bounds. He'll bring it into Ferraro. And again, they need a big push right now. I mean, 10 points is not insurmountable, but when you've only scored 22 for the whole ball game, that's asking almost to do 50% of your offense. I know it's not quite that, but up, no. Cox back in the game. Tough shot, foul. Count it. What an impossible angle to get the shot. I don't know why they don't go down inside more often to their big men like Cox, like Hanson, like Russo. Because when they do, good things happen. Of course, it's really irrelevant what I think. I'm just yakking. That's the 4th foul on Warner, and Cox will not get that to drop. Warner had it, lost it, and it's going to be off from Matos out of bounds, and it'll go back to Mill River. They'll set the press up now, Woodstock will. Get it into Lamoth, and he didn't let the trap engulf him. He's able to throw the top to Warner. Warner, oh, nifty, behind the back, spin, 360. He got a lot of style points bringing the ball up the court that time. Lamoth will let Ferraro come out, and Get no shot clock in the state of Vermont. It's 32-24. It's an 8-point lead with 3:25 to go. If you're not going to foul and send them to the line, hope they miss and try to get the rebound for possession, then you've got to be a lot more aggressive defensively here and attack a lot harder and try to press the issue. Can't be passed sitting back in that 2-3 zone because that clock will just dry up and blow away in the dust on you. And boy, it's going to be Mill River ball. They had a little adventure there, but they got control of it. And they're going to give the ball back, and Cole will go to Warner. Yep, they've allowed a lot of time to run down here. It's under 3 minutes. That's good discipline by Hammond because I'm sure they were told in the huddle to make them come out and play you. Don't take a shot unless it's a layup, a bunny, a backdoor cut. At this JV level, it is hard. Well, actually, any level, varsity or whatever, it is hard not to take a shot. I can't believe Woodstock. There's the foul, but why wait? Oh gosh, a minute and over a minute and a half they let come off the clock. You're not talking about a bucket or two. You're talking 8 points here. 2:32 to go in the basketball game, and Lamoth at the line. That was his 7th foul. And since he wasn't shooting, it's going to be the 1-and-1 on for Lamoth. He will. Oh, that literally, like the cliche says, rattled in. Let me get a 33-24 game, and Kyle Lamoth. Can't get the bounce out with damn Brackus, so almost able to keep the ball in play. The big guy with some good quickness. Matos will come into Ferraro, and Mill River will drop back in that 2-3 zone. He traveled. Oh, they called a foul before the travel. Ooh. I'll tell you what. That's the last thing Mill River wanted to do right there was foul, stops the clock, and allows Woodstock to try to score. And it's also the 9th team foul on Mill River, and the relevance, it's 2 shots because there's the act of shooting. No, on the floor, he said. Okay, so it's going to be the 1-and-1, but the relevance of the 9th foul is the next one Mill River commits. If they do, before the game's over, it'd be 2 shots automatically for Woodstock. No. Warner with the basketball. He'll dribble up, far side in front of the Woodstock bench, bring it back now to Cole, and Cole's pass, stolen away by Mayhew, wants to get it up ahead. He does. He gets the Ferraro, dribbles it off his foot out of bounds. Then that kind of 4th quarter for Woodstock. And I'm not sure who called the timeout. Okay, Woodstock called the timeout. They're going to say green basketball, even though it was dribbled off from the foot of the Ferraro, who knew it. But you got to catch a break now and then, and Ferraro up, and he'll get it. So he'll get a second chance on the possession, and he'll drop the basket in there. Hammond to Lamoth. And it's a strange press because there's a lot of openings in it. And Matos takes it away from Lamoth. He'll go up, and there's the follow-up by Hansen. Takes the bump by Drambrakis, and jump ball called. Travel called. Got one call to travel, and one call to jump ball, and it's going to be the travel. And he'll be right out of bounds now. The full court press by Woodstock with a minute 51 to go. And yeah. Yeah, what happened there was ugly. It's going to be Woodstock basketball. So with 1:51 to go down, just 7. Woodstock will have the basketball. That'll be Mayhew. He'll get into Hansen. He'll fade, use the glass. No, won't drop for him. Oh, good quickness to the basketball, and he'll drop in. That's Ferraro. And the lead down to 5 at 33-28. That's going to be up and over to Hammond. He'll get it off to Cole, to Hammond inside, and yeah, he drew the foul on Cox. Now it's just a matter of 1 or 2 shots. 2 shots, okay. Because that could have gone either way. Could have been on the floor, it could have been in the act of shooting. They're going to say in the act of shooting. That's going to be Cox's 4th foul. Team's 8th, 1:34 to go. A 5-point game. Woodstock trailing by 5, and Dan Hammond at the line for the Minutemen. And Daniel Hammond will get it. And that'll push the lead back to 6 points. And Hammond's second shot will get it. Both good looking free throws. Nice arc on the ball, good rotation. It's going to be Mayhew with the ball. We'll go back to Matos and now to Ferraro. Ferraro over the timeline, picked up by Lamothe, gets inside, bounce pass this side to Mayhew. It's going to be off the mark. Warner with the rebound. He'll clear up ahead, and Hammond, that could be the ball game right there. 37-28, Woodstock. Oh, that almost went in. They're going to have shots coming up for Ferraro. Hammond's going to get the foul called on him, and I'll tell you what, that shot literally was just about down through the hole. So Ferraro will be at the line, and he's got 2 shots coming up, and they need them both. They're running out of time here. It's down to 72 seconds to go. 37-28, Mill Rivers JV with the lead. And Ferraro going to be short. That foul also is the 3rd on Hammond, and they're going to bring Zachary Davis in for Brian Cole, who had 4 3-pointers tonight. Yeah, he was hot from the perimeter. And no, he'll miss them both. Hammond will get the rebound, and again, Mill River with that long pass, and Lamothe tried his best to save it, couldn't do it. Went on right now, the thing with Mill River is, yeah, if you can get a long home run pass for a layup, that's great. Other than that, it's about possession. Getting possession of the ball, milking the clock down, forcing Woodstock to foul you and let the clock run out. And Warner going up ahead to Hammond. Down in the steps and goes to the left hand and will get the finish. That was a different style of play though. That was a much safer pass and he was way ahead of the defense. That's going to be a blocking foul on Hammond. Yeah, he slid over. It's a great call by the official, by the way. It's a good call. And again, this is the last thing that Coach Weatherby wants, is fouls, especially since his team's over the 10-team limit and it's 2 shots for Woodstock. But more importantly, it stops that clock. 39-28, and the shot up by Ferraro will not be good. He should have 2 shots. Nobody realizes 2 shots. Yeah. They're going to stop it and reset the clock in a minute. Nope, they're going to let them play through. So Woodstock should have had 2 shots. Dambrackas. See, that basket really shouldn't even count. See the guy right there, the coach, he's asking him about his 2-shot foul. And the officials just blew it, basically. And that's, I don't know if it would have been the game or not, but it certainly led to 2 points that should have never existed. Oh well, 21 seconds to go. 16 seconds, 15, Hammond up, and no. Dambrackas will get the exclamation point on the win tonight. And they'll come off to Mayhew, and Hammond with the steal, stepped out of bounds with 4 seconds to go. And it'll be Woodstock basketball. And Matos will just bring it in, and Ferraro. It'll count. They'll be off the mark, and congratulations to the Mill River JV squad. They'll win it 43-28 over Woodstock. Get out there, support your student athletes. Jerry Munger from Mill River Union High School. Hope you've enjoyed this JV basketball game.